Well, it's no doubt a developing weather situation with Hurricane Sally deepening and strengthening as it nears the coast. Never a good situation there. Pressure down to 972 millibars, winds at 85. And you can see on there, hey, look at it. It's just a category 1, right? So no big deal. Well, this one is different, and it's unfortunate that we use the Saffir-Simpson scale as one of the primary ways of rating hurricanes, because this one is moving north at 2, which is terrible. So that magnifies the impacts, and we're seeing a storm that's deepening as it comes in. So we're going to get every bit of Sally tonight. Looking at it, do we have an eye forming there? Possibly. We'll continue to see if this is consistent. The center may be slightly to the west of there, but we'll watch it. We may have a deepening hurricane after all. We definitely have a real strong area of convection in the northwest flank of this system. All right, looking at Sally, the hurricane force winds should be touching the coast right now, at least with gusts from Fort Morgan over to Gulf Shores. So we're getting the edge of the hurricane force winds. The tropical storm force wind field with the more significant tropical force winds. I don't mean just the gusts, but I'm talking, getting sustained winds above 50 miles an hour. That's all along the I-10 corridor here. And the core of the hurricane, the most intense part, stretches from right near the coast all the way to the eye wall, and that distance is about 25 miles. So we're getting the worst of it, and because it's moving north at 2, we're going to be in that core for possibly 10 hours or so in many areas. Now, we're also seeing flash flood warnings in effect for the Panhandle and for southern Mobile County. These areas are all under flash flood warnings, and I expect the flash flooding situation to be ongoing all night. So we're going to be right here with you on Fox 10 News with updates. We'll also have our news coverage starting at 9 o'clock. Tracking what's going on with this storm, that's the distance from the coast to the edge of the core of the storm, about 25 to 30 miles of really rough stuff here. And the worst of the winds are going to be right in here in the northeast quadrant. So we'll be watching out for that. As we look at Foley and Gulf Shores and back over here towards Perdido Key here, you can see that area there all shrouded in orange. That means really intense, heavy downpours. Rainfall rates exceeding 2 inches per hour in areas that have already seen 8 to 10 inches of rain. Some spots have already seen a foot of rain. The rain is lighter, but it's still very heavy, even though it is not as heavy as it is in Baldwin County. Is very consistent with the moderate showers going on right now. I-10 Mobile County down towards Biola Battery, and then taking a look out in the Gulf. We have to deal with this at some point, and that will be the dreaded northeast quadrant of the eye wall. It's still offshore, and so if you're at the beach and you're saying, man, it's really bad, it's probably going to get worse before it gets better, and it may go on most of the night. Rain totals so far running at around a foot in some places near Perdido Pass to about 10 inches in Gulf Shores, and we're going to see rain through the middle part of the morning tomorrow, possibly even into the afternoon. This is going to be a life-threatening flooding situation for the Gulf Coast that will be continuing, especially as the water begins to get into the watersheds of some of our rivers like the Styx River, the Perdido River, and also down towards Fish River. Right now, we have not seen tremendous rains in the upper portions of those watershed basins, but that'll change. I do have a better feeling about what may ultimately occur with the rainfall in Mobile County than I do Baldwin County and Escambia County. We've already got a foot of rain there, and it's going to get heavier on the east side of the storm. We've seen a little wobble, so the position fix is a little off the center of the track. We got a new track coming down from the National Hurricane Center coming up at just before 10 o'clock. We're going to bring that live to you on Fox 10 News. The track may be adjusted more for a Baldwin County landfall based on what we're seeing with this wobble, with this jog, but we could also see some wobbles back to the west. So still possible to get a Mobile County landfall or an Escambia County, Florida landfall. It looks less likely that this storm is going to come ashore in Mississippi, and it's moving slow. We've got it still in the heart of our area at 1 o'clock in the afternoon with the core of the storm, and you can imagine that ring around it. I mean, this is a sizable hurricane. It's still going to be generating a lot of rain tomorrow at lunchtime. It will be be tomorrow evening and tomorrow night that the core of the storm will be up I-65 and headed for Montgomery. We've got a long ways to go. And the models are still pretty tightly clustered over Baldwin County tonight, too. So that's an update. We're going to take a break, but we'll be back at 9 o'clock, and we're going to be on for a while starting at 9 p.m. We'll have all our crews out in the field. We'll have weather updates. I'll be in along with meteorologist Matt Barrington. We'll walk you through what's happening with Sally. We'll have the latest. It is getting stronger right now, which is never a good thing with a landfalling